Hello everyone, welcome back to another Supercoach video where today I'll be discussing the Carlton, North Melbourne, Port Adelaide and Western Bulldogs options that we have for Supercoach. All these teams have the round 12 bye, so how many of these players can we actually start knowing that they have the first of the mid-season byes? Personally, I've got 6 of them in my team at the moment, fading a couple of popular options and be looking to bring them in after they've had their bye so that we get them in the team while they're bye free. But before we get into that, give me a follow on X at Supercoach Loch. Join my Supercoach Open League 586-385 and join the Podmasters versus Public 201-479, where the winner of that comp will get a Supercoach ring, which is pretty cool. Alright, without any further ado, let's get onto the video. Now, we'll start off with Carlton in the defenders. First off, we've got Nick Newman, who's out for the season. I think he's done an ACL, so yeah, very bad luck to the bloke there. He was actually, going to be considered an option, but yeah, he's out for the season. So who could this injury benefit? First off, we've got Adam Sard, who's priced at 468.2k. Could he? We saw, I think last year his scoring went slightly up when Newman was out of the side. So yeah, could it be him? Could he be value here? But 468k with the amount of popular around 12 bye players. Maybe not, but you could go there if you wanted to. Zach Williams, who's also available as a forward, could he go back? He's 366.4k, or does he continue playing forward? He burnt us a lot of us last year with his injury. He's very injury prone, so I probably would not go there. Loch Cowan. 629, just thought I'd throw another name in there. He had good numbers as a junior, but is he enough value to pick? Does he score well enough? I'm not really quite sure about that, so I'll probably stay away from that. On to the midfielders now. We've got Patrick Cripps up the top of the list. He's 595.3k. Is he a top 8 mid? I think he does go nuts like the second half of the season. So, yeah, could he be top 8? He's definitely one on my watch list to an upgrade target after the round 12 bye. And it's the same with Sam Walsh. Now, I was an owner of Walsh last year. Before his price went up, he had a couple of good games to start off with, and then it felt like a real roller coaster ride. Like it wasn't really a fun watching Carlton games, watching Sam Walsh turn the ball over. But he is a good scorer, and could be an option after the bye. Sam Doherty coming back from injury. I love this guy, even as an Essendon supporter. Geez, I'm not supposed to like Carlton players, but yeah, for what he's been through, I do admire the man. He's 487.9k. I actually thought he'd be a bit cheaper, but, Supercoach gods can't make it too easy for us to pick him. Could he be a beneficiary of the Nick Newman injury? Could he go back to halfback, or will he play in the midfield? We're going to have to watch and see in the practice games, but it could be an option. Another one, Adam Chera, 447.7k. Yeah, he's underpriced. He's one that is on my watch list. Not on my side at the moment, but he is one that he could go 100 plus, 110 plus. I've had him in my Supercoach Keeper League, and yeah, he's been very good. When he's on the park, that is. Alright, so yeah, he does have that quite high ceiling, and I think there was one game last year I had him in my Keeper League on ground, and he got injured at half time, still scored 100. So yeah, he's one to keep an eye on as well. We've got Ollie Hollins, who's 333.3k, all the threes. All good things come in threes, don't they? Alright, but yeah, he's training at halfback. I think he was even training at halfback even before the Newman injury. Could that help his scoring? Yeah, possibly. Could we pick him as a 333k player when there's other options around that price? we could still do that. Yeah, he's one that is on my watch list also. But, again, which is going to be a recurring theme throughout this whole video, across these whole 4 teams. Yeah, just can't pick too many of these players that have the round 12 bye. In my opinion. The way I'm playing it anyway. Alright, and then we got Jagger Smith. We've got the moves like Jagger. Ooh, sorry. He's 194.5k. He's a top midfielder. Top draft pick from last year that Carlton picked up. I think Carlton traded up to get that number 3 pick. I think it was number 3 pick. Yeah, they must have really wanted him. And, I'm guessing that if they really wanted him, they really want him to play. I'm guessing. So, see if he's named round 1. They are playing Richmond, by the way, in round 1. So, easy game to start off with. Training with the midfield. Yeah, so just keep an eye on team sheets come round 1. All right, moving on to the rucks now. Now, a couple of interesting guys here. Not so much Mark Pitney as an option, but he does play a part in Tom de Koning's scoring. So I think Tom de Koning, he averaged I can't remember what it was. It was a very high number without Pitney in the side, and then it came down when Pitney was in the side. So yeah, with Tom de Koning, TDK, he's priced at 547.1k. He has a high ceiling. He is good value, provided that Pitney isn't playing. And with Mark Pitney, we're not going to pick him, but please, Vossi, just keep him in the VFL. He's good backup if Tom de Koning gets injured, but just please play him in the VFL, please. Also, while talking about the rucks, as you'll see soon, we actually have another couple of options in the ruck which also have the round 12 bye. So, that could be a bit of a problem. All right. On to the forwards now, so not really too much to discuss here, I don't think. We've got Harry Mackay. I remember we've got Zach Williams as well, who's available as a forward. But yeah, Harry Mackay, 467.2k. I'll throw Kernell on the same conversation here. Harry Mackay, 467.2, Charlie Kernell, 444.2k. Yeah, he burnt me last year when I picked him in the side, the so-called primo. But reason why I've got them in here is they both play Richmond in round 1. Richmond, don't have much of a backline, especially with Noah Bolter being suspended as well as a lot of players that have gone or injured. So yeah, at least one of them could have an absolute field day at round 1 and could go absolutely bananas. All right, so it's when the flex position opened, I actually had Charlie Kernell because I thought I'll stick him in my flex. He could go nuts, but yeah, I've taken him out. But yeah, he's one that's still he's on my radar, and Harry Mackay as well, and Jack Silvani, 259.8k. I think he's training in defence. 259k, it's probably better options around that price, but he's one that I'm keeping an eye on. But again, I'm going to say it, and I'm probably going to say it again during the video, round 12 bye. Now, moving on to North Melbourne. Now, I predict North Melbourne to be great improvers in 2025. I think they'll finally get out of that bottom 2, I believe. Not make finals or anything, but should improve greatly. Should win quite a few more games, I believe. They've got a lot of young guns. Should have a few rookies come through, as you can see here already on the screen. But we'll go through in the players. Right now, we've got Harry Sheasel. He's 635.6k. He's an absolute gun. He could be D1. Definitely a top 3, I reckon. And he's even a possible vice-captain option. It doesn't matter where he plays, whether it's off half-back or whether it's in the midfield or even forward. He'll still score very well because he's just that good. And also, come round 6 or 7, whenever the DPP comes in, he'll have midfield status as well. So, he'll have DPP. Colby McKercher. Now, 476.9k, he could be good value. Does he play off half-back, wing, or winf? Whoops. Or in the midfield. But either way, he is a good player as well. but does he score well enough to have in your side? And also, I'll say it again, round 12 bye. Fish, no, I'll just put him in here because he was a good option for us at stages last year, but he's now defender only, not in the forward, and he's 458k, so yeah, not going to go there. Just a few names I've got here. Riley Hardiman, Josh Gota, who missed all of last year, Will Dawson, Bergman, they're all sub 170k in the defence. I do think there are cheaper options that'll play, but these are just guys to keep an eye on in the practice games. So yeah, we'll do that. Like Gota, he missed all of last year with an Achilles injury, I believe, and Miller Bergman, I thought he'd be more expensive than that. Maybe I'm thinking of his brother Miles, but he's another one of those winger / halfback types. So keep an eye out on those guys. On to the midfield now. Now, first up, we've got LDU. He's a gun. He's 588k. He had a pretty strong end to the season last year. Is he a top 8 midfielder? Possibly. But he is one that I will target after the round 12 bye. Alright, so yeah, definitely high on my watch list. We've got George Wardlaw, 461.3k. He's got a hammy injury, and I think it's been reported he's going to be out for 10 to 12 weeks. So right now there's 6 weeks to go until the round 1. And yeah, he missed at least the first month. So, could that impact some of the other midfielders, guys that are looking for that midfield position? We'll go through that shortly. One of these guys, Tom Powell, 432k. He's a mid only. He did spend time forward and even back towards the end of the year. And like this guy, I brought him into my side last year, made us a bit of cash, but it was a bit frustrating at times, just due to his role, not because he's not a good player or anything. But yeah, does the Wardlaw injury help him get some more midfield time? Who are they going to put in there? Could it be Tom Powell? Could be one of them. So keep an eye out. 432 as a mid only though, with some of the other options, it's probably going to be a pass. Luke Urquhart, 113.5k. Just thought I'd put a name in there. He apparently is training well. Basement bargain price. Watch during the practice games. Let's see if his name round 1, of course. Now, onto the rucks, onto the big boys. Well, big boy in this case. Tristan Xerri, he absolutely killed me as a non-owner last year. It seems like everyone that I had last year, or every opponent that I had last year that I was playing against, had him in their team, and it absolutely killed me. They all had the vice captain on him as well, and he went nuts. And I didn't have him. Who did I have? I got stuck with Grundy. Anyway, he's 645.9k. I'm going to pay up for him. He's an absolute lock. Top 2 ruck, probably him and Gawn, I'd say. And he's every week a vice captain option. Like, he's just an absolute tackling machine where he gets a lot of his points as well. So yeah, lock in Tristan Xerri, throw away the key. Right, now on to the North forwards. We've got Jai Simpkin, midfield eligible as well, 429.3k. He's playing a lot more half forward and mid. But does the Wardlaw injury help with more midfield time? Or there's a cheaper option who's like, what's that, 85k cheaper, in Luke Parker, who's come across from Sydney. And I'm guessing to give some leadership, some experience into that midfield. He's only 343.6k, and does the Wardlaw injury help him get more mid time? We're gonna have to watch in the practice games, but yeah, all of a sudden I'm interested in Luke Parker. Will he make us like 150k? Will he be a keeper? Not too sure, but yeah, we'll find out. Caleb Daniel is an absolute lock. 269.1k. He was burnt by Bevo last year, making the sub. But also, thank you, Bevo, for making him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been this cheap this year. So thank you for making him the sub. He's a potential keeper. He'll be playing off halfback. like eligible as a forward and mid, but he'll be playing at halfback, and he should be taking kick-ins. So yeah, I reckon he'll be a point scoring machine. And we know how much North Melbourne over the years, like your Jack Siebels, your Aaron Halls, even your Zach Fishers, the player who plays that role always scores well. And just another name I've thrown in there, also from Sydney, Costanti, 119.9k. Watch during the practice games, see if he's named around 1. Alright, so that's it for North Melbourne. Now, on to Port Adelaide. Now, we look at Port Adelaide, we go into the defence. Now, the obvious question is, who is the beneficiary of Dan Houston leaving the side, going to Collingwood? It could be any one of these guys. We've got Kane Farrell, 445k. Like he's scored pretty decently, even with Houston in the side, because I think those two like shared kick-ins. So Kane Farrell, could he be like a cheapy option? Miller Bergman, 18.2k, just the name I thought I'd throw in there. Probably not him. Ryan Burton, like he's probably another option to be a beneficiary of Houston leaving. He does have the odd injury here and there. He does miss games, but he's 387.5k. Logan Evans, he came in as a mid-season draftee. 371.3k now, but is there value there? I don't think so. Rory Atkins has come across from the Gold Coast. He's back in Adelaide. Well, yeah, Port Adelaide, but he was at Adelaide before. Anyway, 233.7k. Does he even get a game? I'm not too sure there. Next guy, Johnny Sin. No, sorry, not Johnny Sin. Don't Google that, please. Josh Sin. 229.5k. He is a guy that they probably want to get games into. And 229.5k, he could be one that's, is scored well and could be good value. Dylan Williams, I think it's Dylan Williams, 183.6k. Now, is he one that could benefit as well? But I think he is a massive sub-risk. And does he even get a game? Yeah, not too sure. But, like all these cheaper rookie types, we're going to have to watch their roles in the preseason games. All right, onto the midfield. Now, we go into the Port Adelaide midfield. We've got Zach Butters up the top here, 648.9k. He'll be a top 8 midfielder. Like, he is expensive, but he's also captain, vice captain option each week. He'll definitely be in the top 8, like if not like the top 3, I believe. Just like the way he plays, just like watching him play as well. He's an absolute gun. So he's currently in my side, but yeah, he's one that if you don't start him, you'll definitely want him in your You'll definitely want him in your side at some stage. Ollie Wines, 535.4k. I started him last year. He was like just under the 500k mark. It's a pass for me. He probably does. He's around that 90, 95 sort of average. So that's not enough. So, but I just thought I'd put him in there. As a former Brownlow medalist recently. So yeah, but I wouldn't go Wines. Rose, 529.4k. He's possibly undervalued. He's captain of the club. He'll be in that midfield who can also go forward, but he's probably one that I would target as well. Who'll be on my watch list for after the round 12 bye. All right, on to the Port Adelaide Rucks now. Jordan Sweet. 478.4k. He probably should be that first ruck. He is cheaper than some of the other options, like say your English, your TDKs, but he's a pass for me. I don't think he'll score high enough. Does he come out of the side and Ivan Soldo come in, for a week or two? It's just not for me. And also, I haven't forgotten Jordan Sweet. About that sweet donut that I copped last year when I had you at R2. What a disaster that was. Anyway, probably not going to go there. I'm not going to go any of these guys. Like Soldo, he's a backup ruck. I would say, number 2, so pass. And then we've got Dante Vicentini. He's 248.9k. Third in line, yeah, no, it's a pass. All right, now on to the forwards, and we've got Jason Horne-Francis, who's also available as a midfielder. He's 537k. I think he's the most expensive forward in the game. Yeah, he's a lock for top 6 forward, I would say. But I don't have him in my side at the moment, controversially or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, like I've said it many times during this video, I just can't start too many of these, premiums from these 4 sides that I'm covering today. Yeah, I will get him at some stage of the year, probably, after his bye, the round 12 bye. All right, have a drink for every time I say round 12 bye. Anyway, but yeah, he'll be playing in the midfield and forward as well. He's a gun, absolute gun. But yeah, definitely look to get him in my side some stage this year. We've got Sam Powell-Pepper, SPP, 180.5k. He's coming back from a season injury. Not even does he play in round 1? Not sure, but he's cheap. But there could be better options. But he is on my watch list. And finally, we've got Joe Berry, 140.5k. One of their first draft pick, I think it was last year. One of the coaches actually came out and say, he's looking good. He should debut in round 1. And yeah, we like to hear things like that. So if he plays round 1, I'll probably pick him. And finally, we've got the Western Bulldogs, the team that's coached by Bevo. All right, we've got, starting with the defence, we've got Bailey Dale, priced at 528.1k. He's a guy that takes kick-ins, distributor of halfback. They look for him. He's one that I'm definitely looking to target after the bye. He's just don't make him sub, please, Bevo. Or actually, if I'm not going to start him, please make him the sub, so he can be a bit cheaper, so we can pick him up. But no, I don't think that's going to happen. And but he's definitely an upgrade target. Rory Lobb, 376.8k. Am I going to pick him? No, but he's got a new role as a defender, intercept defender. But 376k when you can get a Callum Mills around similar price or even a bit cheaper. I'm going to pass on Lobb. Joel Freesia, 370.4k. Also around that price range where you'd probably go a Mills, but I thought I'd put him in here. Training at half back. JJ injury as well might help. But probably wouldn't go there. But just thought I'd throw his name in there. Luke Cleary, 171.6k. Cheap, but I don't think he's in the best 22. I just thought I'd put him in here just because, he has played a couple of games and he is rookie priced, but elevated rookie price anyway. But no, not going to go there. Same with Ryan Gardner, 145.8k. Training as a forward, he's never been a high scorer, and if he plays in that forward, I wouldn't expect it to be any different. So it'd probably pass there. Now we've got Jed Buslinger, 119.9k. Former high draft pick. He hasn't debuted yet. Surely they've got to give him a go. All right. Just watch him in the practice games and see if he is named round 1. All right. Now, on to the midfielders. Now, we've got Bont at 681k. Do I really need to explain? He is expensive. He's a lock for top 3 midfielder, provided he stays fit, by the way. And he is also sort of that permanent VCC option. So don't think I need to say too much about Bont. Just put him in your side. All right. Adam Treloar, 628.2k. He had a good year last year, but he is injury prone. He's, I think he's 32 now. Those hammies could go at any time, or hammies or calves, or whatever. But I probably wouldn't have the balls to go there. Libba, 561.7k. He's another year older. He had a couple of concussions last year. I absolutely love the bloke. He's actually in my draft keeper league as well. But he could be he could still score well. But yeah, those concussion issues really do, concern me. Also, round 12 bye. I'll say it again. Have another drink. Ed Richards, 531k. He could be great value. He's also another one that's in my keeper league. I was absolutely rapt to have him in my defensive line last year, but he's only midfield eligible this year. But he still could be great value. His scoring went up massively when he was put into the midfield with the absence of Libba. But I think there was one game where he was on like 80 or something, 80 or 90 at half time, and he got injured. But yeah, he still scored like a 90. So yeah, he could go nuts. Right? He could really break out into that midfield. But again, you know what I'm going to say. Bye. All right. Now, on to the rucks. Tim English, 581.9k. He's had an abdominal injury in the preseason. Now, we know in the past he's scored very well. He's one that is definitely on my radar if he's fit. All right. Again, problem, you've got Cherry, you've got Tom de Koning, and you've got English. If you start all three of them, then none of them are going to be playing round 12. So, yeah. We'll have to wait and see. And we've got Sam Darcy, who could be taking some of his ruck time. But with the Jamara Ugle-Hagan being likely out, might mean Sam Darcy has to play more forward, and yeah, Tim English might get some more ruck time. Don't know. We'll watch in the practice games. All right, now finally, on to the forwards. We've got, who I just mentioned, Sam Darcy, 427k. He's an absolute gun. I reckon he could tear the comp this year. He might be playing more forward with Jamara Ugle-Hagan, potentially being out at the start of the season. So he's one to keep an eye on. I wouldn't pick him, not yet anyway. Key forward, don't really like key forwards. He'll be up and down. He'll have games where he goes nuts, like he might score you like a 130. Then the next he might score like a 30. So, yeah, probably not go there. Matt Kennedy comes from Carlton. He's also available as a midfielder. He's 414.4k. How much mid-time does he actually get? With Bont, you've got Libba, and you got Ed Richards there. How much Trelaw? How much mid-time does he actually get? It's like, if there was one team that, I think he left Carlton because he wanted to play more midfield. He wasn't getting much midfield time. If there was one team that probably didn't need mids, it's probably the Bulldogs. But yeah, so he might be in the same position he was at Carlton. But I probably wouldn't go there. Jamara Ugle-Hagan, as mentioned before, he might not be. He's having some personal issues. Not quite sure what they are. But yeah, he may not be there for round 1. Hopefully he can get back to playing. Riley Sanders, midfield eligible, 339.1k. Does he get any more midfield time? Or does he even get a game? Or is he going to be the sub? Because Bevo likes to make him the sub. But anyway, we'll keep an eye on him, what his role's going to be in the practice games. A couple of guys here. Arthur Jones, Anthony Scott. They're cheap priced. They've both played games before. They're both sub risks, and are they even both in the best 22? They might be a bit in and out, I reckon, and be starting sub or being subbed off. Now, lastly, we've got Sam Davidson, mature age, tall forward, 113.5k. Could he play if Jamara Ugle-Hagan doesn't? He is one that is currently in my side as that cheap rookie price. So, keep an eye out on that. Mature ager, usually, they get some games. So, he could be an option. He could be like the F8, just sit on your bench and make you some money. Alright, that comes to the end of the video. If you're still watching, thank you very much for watching right till the end. Give us a like and subscribe if you like, so you can see when I do my next videos, which will be the round 14 bye teams. Alright, so again, thank you very much for watching. and I'll see you in the next one. See you. Bye.